What is up? This is a two-part series, so if you haven't watched the first part, I would suggest watching that first on my brother's channel. I'll leave the link somewhere here or down there. And if you already watched that, then enjoy the second part.
Squeeze down. Yeah. Let's go.
Dude, after jumping,
It's hard.
CNS fried. All right. My high school experience. So yeah, like I said, freshman year, basketball, transition to volleyball, played JV, libero. Sophomore year, yeah, this is you entering like your prime of high school, right? We had already played Beach Bums, which is like a local, very put together, scrappy group of kids.
That wanted to play volleyball.
Yeah, MBALs. So like Tri-City area, and this guy starting outside. I was like one of the youngest players on the team. It was mostly seniors, a couple of juniors, and a couple of sophomores. And this is upcoming, so rising seniors, rising sophomores, juniors. I was pretty much DS, which ended up being Servero, and so I would, serve for our middle. Libero would come out. We do this whole
Dance.
ring around the rosy. So it was like if I wanted to play, I had to serve well. But long story short, did not play much. Like I was the cheerleader on the bench, very positive attitude, but practiced with some of the better players in our league.
Essentially, all the players who wanted to play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the players we played against in high school volleyball, and got to hone in our skills. Still got better technically, but like I said earlier, the main purpose I think was getting reps and getting exposed to other players in our league who are playing at a higher level, as well as other players in the area, other club players. So we get to watch other club teams, ref them, see what they're doing, try to pick up on small things here and there, and just get reps, exposure, and then come tryouts for high school, which is after club season. And I'm like, I want to make varsity.
Yeah.
But there's like a clear divide of like, you guys are trying out for JV, you guys are trying out for varsity. And I got put on the JV side for like the first couple days.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah, he was hella buttered.
I'm trying to try out for varsity.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think I probably said something. I was like, can you at least consider me for varsity? And then so I got a chance to get put on that side of the court. And then it's like, okay,
You should probably play.
let your game speak. Like,
Yeah.
and I was like, all right, I'm gonna ball out. And then I remember that day seeing the list on like the pavilion. There's a list on the board, and I'm like, I made varsity. Sick. Like
I was hella excited, dude.
I was so sad before because like I'm not even getting the opportunity.
I was hella happy for you.
And then at that point, I'm like, all right, I gotta start libero. And then anyway, long story short, that season was so fun. Like playing with you on the court, I was libero, outside hitter, and we serve received like
Me, you.
80% of the balls. But we had a lot of fun, and I got to see you that whole year, Beach Bums club to your senior year was like, dang, this guy's balling out. Like put the team on his back. We made playoffs, but we didn't win it, and we made NCS, but
That was rough. I haven't even
Who
watched.
we played Amador. Yeah.
I haven't watched that game since.
But even then, like in high school, we also got exposed to like started playing grass and doubles and 9-man. Like that's when we got first introduced to 9-man and like playing all sorts of volleyball. I think we just got to develop our game as a whole. And then the rest of high school for me, I'll fast forward. I ended up setting my junior and senior year, and more of the same. Like we're super athletic, but
more people play club.
More people started playing club, and honestly, I had a lot of fun. We would both, commute to SF to practice, and it was a lot of time, a lot of work, but ball was life, and like we got to get a lot of reps.
Like
and
fully commit.
Yeah, I was like, dude, this is so much fun, and how do I get more?
Yeah, I think, dude, I remember now that I think about it, looking back, our coach hella wanted me to play middle. And I was like, how's that going to work when we don't have anybody passing?
Oh my, in high school, yeah.
I was like, he was like, yeah, you should probably play middle blocker. I was like, are you out of your mind? We have no passers.
Yeah.
And I was like, not to be like cocky or anything, but I was like the best player on our team.
Yeah, I mean, you should be on the court.
Why remove me? Like
we had a new coach come in, his senior year, my sophomore year, so it was like a new coach. But yeah. But my God, this is crazy.
Yeah.
All right, what are you hitting?
335.
Wow, your weights feel heavier. than the gym weights.
It's different in the home gym.
Yeah, I know, dude. You got it. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Little
That still moved hella fast though.
Yeah.
All right, to wrap up the high school portion, I guess for you, what was a defining moment or play that kind of made it click for you or really stood out?
Like in high school or just like
In high school.
That's a good one. So like I think this is very obscure, but it got to the point where I could do whatever I wanted on the court. So rotation 1, I was outside hitter 1, so I'm position 2. That's serve receive. So instead of just serve, but we're in receive. And I would talk to our set. I was like, hey, what do you want to do? He's like, you want to do like a back? I didn't like hitting it on the right side. That was like one thing I didn't really like doing. So I'd do everything on the
left,
like in the middle towards the left. And so we'd run push 2s, crosses, stuff like that.
Push 1.
Yeah. So that's what I get into is like I would just do a push 1 instead. So the serve was super easy, and I didn't have to pass the ball, and you pass the ball directly to the target or min. Literally just run a 1. And that's where, like, if I could bounce it, there was one time, I think you know what I'm talking about, at the tournament, where Randy passed the ball, and literally everyone's, like, it's against, like, some random team. I don't know, maybe Ignacio Valley or something. They don't know what they're doing, and our middle passed the ball, and I just go up and bounce a 1. And it was kind of, like, disrespectful in that sense, because it's, like, I could just do whatever, but that's the point where it felt like I could do whatever I wanted to.
Yeah.
I think that same tournament, I had like a game where I scored like 20 kills or something like that against, I forgot what team. Like I bounced the line, I hit some dude in the head, like just everything was clicking.
Yeah.
So I think that was like, at that point where I realized like, oh shoot, like I'm actually a lot better than a lot of people.
Yeah.
But it wasn't me like being like, I'm better than you. I was just showing it on the court.
Yeah.
And it felt good, but it felt bad because there was like this, like, on our team wasn't that good. Like, half the team was, like, under the level that we needed to be good.
Sure.
So it was hard to kind of balance, like, I'm working really hard to make our team win, but our team isn't, like, they're working hard too, but they're not up to the level that we need to be winning consistently.
Against, like, the good teams.
So we would play good teams and play well, like De La Salle.
Yeah.
And then it would just, like, fizzle out because, like,
yeah.
me and Dan could not uphold it, and, like, our middles weren't able to, like you would play good defense, middle would set us, but at the end, we would lose because of, like...
It's hard to spread the offense.
We were bleeding points because of that, yeah. It's hard to spread the offense when our main offense is on the strong side.
For both our outsides, like...
Yeah. So it was hard, and, like our coach, I mean, I can't blame him for, like, playing it that way, but he also, like, my opinion, he didn't know how to balance it well. And didn't give players the right reps to get them better, so that way... we had rest.
Yeah, that's true.
And in volleyball, it's like a marathon. Like 3 out of 5, you got to give your better players rest. Like they're gonna work hard, but if you can't spread the offense or spread the game, like they're basically sprinting to the end.
Yeah.
So that was a point where in my mind I was like, I'm good. Like I'm good.
Yeah.
But how good am I compared to my team? Way better. But to other teams,
yeah,
I'm the best.
I mean
that's all they have to worry about.
Like, goes to show like you can't win by yourself.
Yeah,
especially in volleyball. I feel like in basketball, you might be able to win by
yourself. Like if you have a 35-point score, like 10 assists, like he's gonna make a difference.
Put the team on his back, but like if you can't pass, your team can't pass.
You only get 1 touch.
Yeah. So, interesting.
Yeah. What about you?
So I think for me the main point in time was my junior year because sophomore year. All league, libero. Yeah. Like, I want to play libero and get good at libero. That's it.
Yeah,
like, defense, defense and serve receive, passing, ball control. I was like, okay, I want to be libero. We don't have a setter my junior year. So then...
Well, the setter isn't that good.
Sure. He was coming back. Like, he took a year off and then he came back. But anyway, it's like, okay, we need you to be setter. And I was like, no. I'm a libero. Like, it was hard for me to embrace the shift in, like, positions. Like, why would I do that when this is my position, right? So, once I got in the mindset, like, this is good for you to be a good volleyball player. This is best for the team. Like, the team needs you to control the offense, set the tone, And at that point, I became captain along with Matt. And so I was like, okay, let me just step up, stop complaining about not playing my ideal position, and take one for the team and just go for it.
Yeah.
And even then, not the best coaching as to be a setter.
Yeah.
But I mean, you figure it out once you get your reps, watch other players play, and get a feel for the game. And at that point, it's like, okay, stop being so
never-minded.
One-track minded on I want to be libero, and like big picture, you're gonna be a better volleyball player. Your team is gonna do better, and let's see how well you can perform at this new position or new skill set, right? So we did pretty well for like me never setting before, other than that one tournament at Beach Bums, which is actually very interesting. I won't get that deep into it, but he left our team. Our team was like struggling to find players, and it's like, Neal, you're setting. I was like, what? And we had 6 players anyway. Very interesting. Other than that experience, it's like I don't know what I'm doing, but I think let me have a positive outlook on like this is a good opportunity for you to just be a better volleyball player.
My perspective on that was like you would always talk to me like, Kuya, like what do I do? Like I have to set, like that's kind of whack. I want to play libero. But then in the back of our minds too, it's like you're the starting libero for your club team.
Yeah.
Like one of the liberos. So this will give you upper hand on him in terms of like seeing the other angle of the court. Because like if you're a libero, you want to play libero, but you have to learn that like volleyball is 6 different positions on the court.
Yeah.
And if you can't play on the right side, like how do you become a better player on the left side, right?
Yeah.
So I think it gave you better perspective on like, hey, this is what I see now.
Yeah.
This is how you play defense, and this is what my libero I expect from my libero. Because now you like know how to play libero, you expect your libero to get you the ball.
Right.
And then once you got back into libero mode, I felt like it gave you more of like a, bro, I could do this, like, and I could do that other position.
That's true.
And then like I remember that year too, you were like starting to hit more.
Yeah.
You got a lot of blocks.
Yeah.
So your overall experience got like amplified just based on the fact that like you had to play another position that did everything else.
Right.
And as a setter, you basically get to touch the ball twice, like more than everyone else. And I think you took that into perspective. You're like, bro, I can just do whatever I want now. Versus like as a libero, you're kind of waiting for stuff to happen.
Yeah.
As a setter, you're the one like dictating your offense.
Right.
So I think it was like overall in the end, it made you a way better player.
Yeah.
Whereas like as a libero, I feel like you could have got stuck in that.
Like pigeonholed.
Yeah, and then now you're just like, I'm a good libero.
Yeah.
Versus like I can play volleyball.
Exactly, that's true. And I got a taste of the front row.
Yeah.
Like you said, like I got to hit a little bit more like overpass or out of system plays.
You get soft blocks.
Dump. I can just dump.
You actually got
go
to
for blocks and stuff.
You actually got to compete. What like you had a chance to do stuff that like you never got to do.
Yeah. So I think that was it. And like general advice for those of you in high school or starting to play is like honestly get reps. That's what we did. Surround yourself with better competition, and see where it goes from there. Is kind of how I would describe mine, and it sounds like yours. Is like we played a lot with better and better competition, and just try to hone in on our skills and honestly have so much fun.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this.
And we're gonna end the workout and then move to the post. We made it to the post. Shout out to our sponsors. None other than Jollibee. I wish I'd be so sick. Actually, shout out Hillary. Okay, so we're doing the post. We're gonna talk about like kind of volleyball after high school and I guess present day. And what do you have ordered?
What do you mean, this for food?
Yeah, for food.
I just got a C2. I think it's C1. 2-piece chicken joy with the rice.
Regular chicken joy.
Regular. I don't like spicy.
I pretty much got the same thing, spicy with rice. And of course, got the gravy. And then we got the pineapple drink, so cheers.
Fire.
That's so good, yeah. Anyway. Alright. After high school, how was volleyball for you and I guess present day?
I think volleyball kind of created a better avenue for me. I was kind of like growing up wasn't the best like as a kid, but I think volleyball kind of like kept me in check more. Like I wasn't the greatest student, and if I didn't do good in school, I didn't get to play. And it happened like twice in my career, like volleyball-wise. Sophomore year and then senior year. And my grades didn't come out in time, and I missed. I was like under, and I couldn't play a tournament. But people got wrecked that tournament.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like obviously eye opener. So if I want to play, if I want to be good, you got to be like keep your stuff in, like be responsible, show up, and like I cleaned it up, and obviously ended the season being able to play. But after high school, obviously, it felt like my trajectory was like on the way up. As an athlete, I started jumping higher. Like as I got older, like started training, jumping higher more. Started playing more volleyball, more opportunities, and all the way up until now. I mean, it's not like you guys know the story, but like you guys seen my trajectory and you've seen my volleyball career unfold over time.
Right.
And I think, like in hindsight, I feel like I could have handled it better in terms of like playing wise, skill wise, and taking it more seriously. Because training like came in later in my life,
Right.
and I felt like if I had learned how to do that more efficiently or like took it more seriously, then it would have been better for my longevity.
Yeah.
But I mean, better late than never.
Yeah.
But overall, I think it was good because that foundation kind of set everything in stone in terms of like who I was as a player and what I knew. Because like I said, I wasn't talented early on, so I had to work hard and know how to work hard. Then later on, like that mentality of like I'm not gonna play, I'm not good. And then later on, like as I got confident, I still wasn't that good. So I kind of had to keep working hard, regardless if it was like adult leagues, random leagues, tournaments.
I mean CCSF, dude.
Yeah, I played CCSF.
Yeah.
And I balled out there.
Dude, yeah, you did.
Yeah. And it kind of went up and
Like
down.
all
Right?
conference, right?
Yeah,
So-
yeah. All conference like for our club, yeah. And like I got to like play different positions during those seasons there, and like it kind of helped me like solidify me as a player. Like I wasn't just like a one-dimensional like I'm outside and can't pass. Like I can do everything. You know? So it was a good experience.
Yeah, for me, I didn't play as much like high level volleyball after high school. Of course, there was IVL Summer League, which is like a summer league in the area that's pretty high level. Other than that, which is only over the summer. In college, I would just play intramural. So like depending on what quarter it was, it would be like co-ed, men's, quads, sixes. So just different variations of that. But I mean, it's competitive, but not at the level of playing like club high school, or IVL this summer, the adult league, or even CCSF when you played in college. So I definitely missed like playing every day. That was competitive and fun. I still had fun in IMs, but it's just not the same.
Yeah.
And then that kind of put more emphasis on 9-man.
Because you like had something to work towards.
Yeah, 9-man. So it's like a Chinese variation of volleyball, and that also happens over the summer. And we play for local club teams based in San Francisco, and that is very high level, but in a different form. Like it's like kind of like jungle ball, street volleyball with different rules, but very high level. And like that kind of filled the void of not playing every day.
Like you're able to like feed that hunger of like competitiveness for a certain amount of time.
Yeah, only over the summer
like
mainly.
And then it gives you something to work towards.
Yeah, something to look forward to, something to like keep, try to keep the skills sharp. And I still try to play year round. And even now, like playing in just like IVL co-ed league, I get to play outside hitter. I've been playing outside hitter for like the last 2 years, getting to hit more and seeing the benefits of my training. But volleyball now, it's like it's still a big part, but not as big, right? We try to play when we can, open gyms, tournaments, IVL, summer leagues, adult leagues, and of course 9-man.
Yeah.
But it's definitely evolved, right? It's not the same as it was before. Even for you, like, dude, we'll touch on this, but this guy was on House of Highlights and like blew up. It was just like it was a 9-man hitting lines video where he's like, you were bouncy. Like, I think that's probably like the most elastic you were. And dude, he was like kicking the bottom of the net and just going off. And
it was taking forever for me to hit the floor after I jumped.
Yeah.
And it was like a very like people knew I can jump, but they didn't like take it seriously up until that point.
Right.
Whereas like people knew I could jump high, like people knew I was a jumper, but like that was kind of like same thing, kind of like my coming out, my second coming out party where it's like, yo, I could do this. I just need the opportunity to show you guys.
Right.
And yeah, it was a cool like I'm here type atmosphere. It was kind of bittersweet, but we'll get into that later. But for now, like I think 9-man was a pretty good opportunity to like showcase like who is an athlete in a negative light and in a positive light.
Yeah.
Because like I'm a volleyball player now. I'm
Yeah.
not a basketball player.
Yeah.
And when it blew up and it went on ESPN and everything, people were like, how come he doesn't play basketball? Oh, well, he plays volleyball. He's not good at basketball. But it's like, I'm good at volleyball.
Yeah.
That's why I play volleyball.
Yeah.
It's not because I'm bad at basketball.
Right.
So I think the positive part of it was like, I have to present this as like, hey, I'm a volleyball player. It's okay to be a volleyball player, and I could get like basically showcased as this athlete.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how like not necessarily my brand, but me as a player, like the enigma you see on Instagram and on YouTube, it's like that's what I do.
Yeah.
So it's not like a bad thing. It's like a really good thing.
Yeah. I remember sitting in lecture. I was like, dude, I was just watching like the clip itself, and then like peeping your profile. I'm like, dude, he's getting hella followers.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
This is crazy. Like, this is legit blowing up, and it was so cool to see. But then like now, I mean, of course, our relationship with volleyball has changed. We still play a lot. Definitely not to the same extent, volume as before. But I think for me, I mean, I'm gonna keep playing as long as I can, as long as I'm healthy, and as long as I'm still having fun.
Yeah.
Like if I'm not healthy or I'm not having fun, then maybe it might be time to be like, okay,
Kind of hanging up.
not hang it up, but like not.
Tone it down a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah. But at this point, like I still have so much fun playing. We just played in a tournament a couple weeks ago, and we didn't do the greatest, but
It was fun.
It was fun. So
Yeah.
the videos will probably be on his channel eventually, but yeah, it was fun. And right now, still having a lot of fun. I get to hit. I'm like, dude, let me hit. Not this past time, but I get to hit more now.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm definitely having more fun there, like evolving and like trying to get better at different things.
I think right now, like where I'm at in my career, it's like I play on a semi-pro team or pro team.
Yeah.
Shout out Bay Area Dimes. I've been playing with them for the past 2 years now.
Mm-hmm.
I think on and off. I've been on and off with that team for a while, and it's good to play competitive ball and be around good volleyball players, and kind of like not necessarily be humble, but kind of like work towards something where like I'm not the best on our team.
Yeah.
And like I could not be the best hitter, but I have qualities and skills that are good on our team. Like I'm a pretty solid serve receive now.
Right.
I can dig a ball every now and then.
Dude,
you know?
these guys beat Stanford. I was like,
Yeah.
yo, I was sick.
Yeah. So like like we're able to like I'm able to compete so at a pretty decently high level.
Yeah.
And showcase that like I'm not a washed athlete. Like
Yeah,
I'm a pretty good athlete.
Yeah.
And I'm a better volleyball player than you think.
Right.
When I'm able to showcase it and I'm healthy and I'm not injured.
Yeah.
But
and just like different forms throughout our career, right? Like,
Yeah.
Hopefully a lot more wise now. Like you don't have to max jump
Yeah, like,
every approach.
I'm way more cognitive now. Like even at a tournament, like this last time, like I wasn't max jumping every ball.
I mean, there's some.
No, but like, but ideally, like even if I was to max jump,
Yeah.
like like the decisions that I was making were as best as I could in
Right.
the conditions.
Give it the conditions. Give it the conditions.
But like, say for example, like if it's a good set, get 1-on-1, I'm terminal.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
If I'm like in the passing mode, I'm passing directly to where we need to. I'm digging and I'm making calls where it's like, yo, do this so we can adjust.
Yeah.
Versus like when I was younger, it's like balls to the wall, hit as hard as you can, jump as high as possible.
Like 100% every single play.
If I don't need to pass, I'm just like, I'm not gonna do the small things. I'm just gonna do what I can do because I'm gonna showcase what I can do.
Yeah.
Now my mentality is like more like, how do I support the team so that way we all elevate each other?
Yeah.
And I think that's like where you change, like your maturity shows in the sport.
Yeah.
And if you're good at volleyball, you understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's gonna do it for like the conversations about volleyball. Let us know if you like this content. We're kind of just like, trying to have fun, lift, eat, recover,
Hang out.
and yeah. Thanks for watching. Part 1 is on his channel. If you're watching this is part 2 on my channel, and we might have future episodes if we're still having fun. And if you like it. But if you have any questions, leave them down in the comment section. Subscribe if you want more content like this. Shoe reviews, working out, fitness stuff.
Family.
Yeah. But yeah, that's gonna do it. Thanks for hopping on.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Happy holidays and
Happy New Year.
yeah, eat some chicken. See ya.